Hi there, Leslie Abraham here, the founder of Bonjour Baby. Welcome back for another video, and it's our hip opener or hip stretching series, video number 2. So if you didn't watch video number 1, go ahead and watch the first video. This one will offer some exercises that might be a little more advanced, so make sure you spend some time on working on the exercises in the first video. Alright, so today I have 4 exercises for you to make sure that we're working on opening those hips to find some relief if you have any kind of feeling of pulling in your hips, or maybe you feel pain in your lower back, or maybe you experience some issues with your bowel movement like constipation. Those exercises, opening the hips and working on your lower back, will definitely ease all of those symptoms. So stay tuned and let's dive in. All right, so for the first exercise, pretty easy. We're just gonna sit here on our mat. You can go cross-leg, or you can put one foot in front of the other. So just like so. And so from there, what I want you to do is really avoid to kind of sit all the way down here. I really want you to avoid having your back all rounded here. No, you want to really straighten your back as much as you can. Push your hips forward a tiny bit and really find some length here. So imagine you have a string magically coming from the ceiling and pulling you on the head. So basically it's bringing your ears away from the tailbone here. So from there, we feel the pulling here and we have our back staying straight. So from here, from that position here, you can put your hands on the floor or you can put your hands on your knees, whatever feels comfortable for you. And so from there, you're just going to roll the pelvis forward. So here, bringing it forward here, so we feel a nice stretch in our hips here. And so from there, what you can do is like slightly go on your right, more forward on the left, a tiny bit back, and if you go back, you are allowed to round your back here. And again, same thing, pushing forward, back straight, rolling to the right, and then center, and then left, rolling the back. It feels so good. And what you can do is reverse your cycle. So going to the left, back straight, pushing forward, to the right, and rolling to the back. So this one is very good to find some more mobility in your spine. You're gently working on your hips, slowly getting more mobility. And you can keep going like that. Do like maybe like 5 on one side and then reverse and do 5 on the other side. Spend some time where you feel like you need to stay there. Maybe you feel like you need to stretch a little more that hip. So you want to stay there and make sure that you breathe. So again, you can reverse the order, the way you're going. It doesn't matter which way you're going first. Just find what feels comfortable to you. Let your body be the guide. That's the most important thing that you can do during your pregnancy, but also during your whole life. Listen to your body. It's speaking a lot of things, believe me. All right. So once you feel like your hips are kind of loosening up, you can stop there. I'm definitely feeling it. I got injured in my right hip, and so my right hip is super tight. And just by doing that, I already feel better. Good. Deep breath. Let's move on to the second exercise. So for the second exercise, you need a block. If you don't have a yoga block, you can use a big book. It's going to do the same thing. So you want to place that block on the floor here, just over there. And so from there, you can start all the way here. So what you want to do is really bend over here, reach for the block. So if you're not able to touch the block, you can add maybe another block or a book. You it feels more comfortable for you. And so from there, you are really, so starting from there, so I'm going to be out of frame for a time. So here, putting your hands on the hips, pushing the hips back, keeping your back straight, not overarching, not rounding, but back straight, core engaged here. And so pushing the hips back. And so from there, bringing some of your focus on your big toes to the floor, knees straight. And so here, you can really reach for the block here and stay there. And you want your back straight as much as possible. So you can be wider on your feet. I need to be wider, definitely, to get something. And here, and placing both of your hands on the block or on the pile of books, depending on how you feel. And so from there, what I want you to do is bring one hand all the way up and look at it. Here we go. So I'm looking at my hand. It's a bit out of frame, but that's it. You got the feeling of it. And I'm staying there. And so I feel some kind of stretch in my right hip on my right adductors right there. Good. And then reverse it. Same thing. I'm looking at my right hand. And I feel the stretch on my left hip. And if it feels good, you can just stay there for a while and move your hip left and right. Always make sure to push the butt back. If you need to stay here, you can stay there. Play around. Feel the gentle pull on your hamstrings and your adductor just over there. Make sure you engage the core. And you can go again open. Feel the stretch. Gentle stretch. And again. Alright. When you're done, bring your knees to the floor. And here we go. Alright, let's move on to the second exercise. So we'll go deeper in your hips. So it's pretty easy here. So I'm going to face that way so you can see the whole exercise. So I'm just bringing my left foot forward in a low lunge kind of. So just over there. So I don't want to be too forward because it's going to be kind of a struggle to balance. And if you need some extra help to balance, you can always use a desk or a chair, whatever, to find more balance. So I'm bringing my foot just over there. My foot is directly below my knee. And so from there, I'm pushing a tiny bit away. Here we go. Because I'm going to land more on my foot just over there. I don't want to close too much the angle here, as sometimes it is painful for some ladies. For some, it's perfectly fine. But here I'm pushing forward, and I'm going to feel a nice stretch here. So what I can do after, if I feel stable enough, I can put my both hands on my knee here. If I don't feel stable enough, what you can do here is cheat. So bring your hands down here. And you're going to feel the same. You're going to feel the stretch here. But again, if you feel comfortable, you can just place your hands on your knee. And from there, if you feel even more adventurous, what you can do is bringing your hands up here. And make sure you breathe. And so here, what you want to do, you really want to work on having your ears away from your tailbone. So finding that length here in your spine, really helping you to stay stable and to not place too much pressure on your belly because you're not in that position of rounding. So really always the same thing. We want the ears away from the tailbone here. And staying there, feeling that hip opening. Good. And now we switch side, exactly the same. So I can use extra support if I need to. Bringing my foot forward, landing on that forward foot, just over there. Feeling the stretch on my left hip. I can have my hands on the floor, just right there. Or if I feel enough, stable enough, my hands on my knee. And if I feel more adventurous, Hands all the way up, making sure I'm keeping my back straight, my ears away from my tailbone, and keep breathing. And I'm staying there. Really going deeper in my low lunge. Feeling my hip opening. Enjoying the moment. So it doesn't have to be painful. If it is painful, take a step back. And keep breathing. Hands up or not. It's your choice. If you bring your hands up, make sure you don't have your shoulders ending up all the way in your ears. No, stay with your shoulders down. Good. Let's take a little rest. And from that position, we're going to move to the first exercise. So let's go. All right, so we are starting in the same position. Just over there, we are again bringing our left foot forward. And so from there, we're going to bring our hands down. Extend that back leg here. And so from here, my friend, here's the difficulty. So you're going to bring your left foot to your right hand here and sit over there in your pigeon pose, okay? So for some ladies, like me, it is kind of very difficult to stay in that position because it's a lot of stretch on that hip. What you can do is use a cushion, a towel that you roll just over there. And so you can put that towel here for more support on your hip. Here it feels so much more comfortable. Here we go. And so from that position, and you can open more your front knee if you need, if it's too much compression here, find whatever feels comfortable for you. And so from there, I'm going to try to lean forward as much as I can. Here we go. And staying there. So with your belly, it might be a challenge, so you can just stay there. And relax. And here, you really feel your right hip opening and a stretch in your left glutes and TFL, just over there. And you want to keep breathing. You always focus on bringing your head away from your tailbone, keeping your back straight, and breathing. This exercise is one of the best exercises to really work on your hip. You can just stay there to play around with it. If you have one exercise to do during your day, that's this one. But I like the idea of progressing towards it like I did in this video because it's really warming up your hips and so you end up your stretching routine with that big stretch, big and nice stretch. All right. So here we go. So to go out of that pose, what you can do is roll on your left cheek, just over there, and then bring back your knee together. Here we go. And then we'll move on and we'll switch sides. So same thing, we'll start from there. We are going to bring our right foot forward, hands on the floor, extend your left knee. And so from there, what we're going to do is bring our left foot to our right foot, sorry, to our left hand, and then end up here. So this one is really challenging for me. So again, I'm using my roll towel, and I'm putting it just here on my hip. Here we go. So you can't, it's more challenging for you to see, but I'm doing exactly the same thing. Opening my knee a little more, have some compression happening here. And here we go. And I'm leaning forward. There we go. And I'm staying there gently. Believe me, I feel the stretch. It's a tough one, but I like it so much. And I'm breathing through it. when it's not painful, it's not um, uncomfortable. It's just that I feel the stretch, but there's no pain. If you have any pain, stop that, do something else. I'm kind of rocking gently side to side. I'm not bouncing, I'm rocking. And then staying there, not moving. Breathing. It feels so good, let me tell you. Good. And I feel my hip completely relaxing, going down to the floor, making more contact with the roll towel. So good. Okay. And when you feel you had enough, so same thing, you roll on your right cheek and then bring up your knee. All right, ladies, so that's all for today. I hope it was super helpful. So if you liked it, do not forget to subscribe to this channel so you stay up to date with all our upcoming videos on Monday and Thursday. And if you feel like you have a friend that might benefit from it, guess what? You can share that video, share it on your social, tag a friend who needs it, and spread the love. All right, I'll see you in the next video. À bientôt!